Good evening and welcome to another edition of the Houston Roundball Review presents Folks Talkin Sports. I am KG Kris Gardner, owner and co-founder of the Houston Roundball Review. And with me this evening is three gentlemen you should all know very well. If you don't, you will get to know them in this next few minutes, maybe an hour or so. AD Moore of the AD Max Korner. How are you, sir? Mr. Moore.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. How are y'all? Hey, it's a great, Sunday afternoon, man. Come on, it's great.
Willy Gibson from Ohio. How are you, sir?
Doing fantastic, gentlemen. How about you?
Oh, fantastic. Awesome. All right. And the youngest of the group, Mr. Yanez. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good, Kris, and my hair needs a haircut. I will get one later in the week.
Hey, man, look at Kris. Hey, look at Kris and us, man. Come on, look at Willy. Willy got a fade. Kris and us, and we kicking it, man. And you talking about bad hair? Really? Come on, Andy.
Hey, Andy, you don't have to bring it up, man. Coach Sam's not on this call, man. You can let that go, man, because you got hair. We don't, so it's all good, man.
Whoa, hold up, time out. I'm not follically impaired. I just cut it now.
Oh, I am follically impaired, and I cut it, so it's all good.
I tell my students that every day. They keep saying, can you, Mr. Moore, can you have braids like me? I'm more like, dude, come on, really? Been there and done that. Get out of my face.
All right, we're gonna talk. Let's first things first. I'm waiting for Mr. Moore's number one fan to chime in with a comment because No Saw just Kris, when is AD gonna be on the show? You need to have AD come on the show. And this is a rocket show. I'm getting his questions, and I'm like, okay. So I reached out to Mr. Moore to see if he was busy. He's so busy now, but now the school is out. He's available on Sundays. But Mr. Moore,
yes, sir.
We talk some football, some Texans. Well, first, a former Texan. Get all y'all's thoughts on this. A former Houston Texan, DeAndre Hopkins, was let go by the Arizona Cardinals.
And
what's all coming? Your thoughts, whatever. Let's get into it.
A $30 million contract $30 million hit on their contract will get you cut, especially when you starting with on the new regime and everything else. With that being the case, JJ's gone, and they trying to figure out how to make Kyler Murray a NFL quarterback, at least in their vision of an NFL quarterback. And D-Hop was his go-to receiver. So now we're gonna really see what kind of magic they can pull with the Arizona Cardinals. But D-Hop's not gonna be out there too long, man. I think what this does is give D-Hop an opportunity. He can really go shopping. No, is he coming back to the Houston Texans? No. I'll go on the record right now and say he will not be coming back to the Houston Texans. But
Mr. Moore, is that a guarantee?
My last name not McNair. I'm not even related to him, blood or otherwise. So I'm just saying this is from my professional opinion on looking at it. That's a different direction they're going. If that was a championship team ready for them to go to the Super Bowl, I would say I could conceivably say, yeah, he'll be back. But not where they are right now. Is a lot of young talent there, and the way Nick is adjusting and parsing with the salary cap. And they're not taking that hit with D-Hop.
Oh, boo. I was hoping for that guarantee from you, Mr. Moore. Willy Gibson, what say you, sir?
I know there's a quarterback in about maybe with DeAndre Hopkins that possibly would be interested.
Huh. Is that near where you reside, sir?
Yeah, about 2 hours from me. Yeah. Where's number 4? Last name is Watson. Jackson Heights own Deshaun Watson. Yeah.
Andy Yanez, were you surprised that he got cut?
Surprised that he got cut and wasn't traded? I could, yes, but I think it was inevitable from all the chatter that had been surrounding the last few weeks and really the last few months around DeAndre Hopkins in Arizona, that it wasn't a surprise that he was going to be leaving the Cardinals, much more so that they couldn't agree with a deal with another team.
Well, thank you for that info, because I was like, he's still a good receiver, right? He has not declined in skills, has he?
Well, D-Hop was never going to tear the top off of any defenses, man. But I guarantee you one thing: if you put it anywhere within 2 zip codes of his catch radius, he was going to catch the ball. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, and buts. I mean, he's still that go-to receiver. He's just not going to be the one that's going to tear the top off of defense. But again, I'll go back to the point: $30 million hit that will get you cut real quick, especially if you're not planning on being in Arizona. I mean, in Las Vegas for Super Bowl 58. That if you're not planning on being there, he's not going to be part of that team.
I mean, Arizona, they let him go, and they're going to take a $22 million cap hit this season for dead cap money. That means they want him gone, right? They want him out of there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just cap. I mean, come on. It's play money with the NFL, man. Come on, they burn money. That's play. That's something that Willy Gibson has in his petty cash fund, right?
I was about to say that. Yeah, that's Willy Gibson in his stock. So yeah,
it is. So speaking of stay out my pocket, AD. But speaking of the cap and Arizona, and that's true that they did that. Kyler Murray's extension kicks in this season. I believe his cap number is like $51.8 million. So, as you said, if you're not producing at a $30 million cap hit, then you got to do that. Buffalo's possible. Buffalo these running backs, though. Their receivers are all right. I mean, he would definitely do well in Buffalo, but they need running back. And then that's another story. If he goes to Buffalo, what's up with Diggs? Diggs, I'm hearing, wants to go play with his brother in Dallas. So that's something else. But, yeah.
AD, what you say about Buffalo?
I mean, Willie raised an interesting question because I was getting going like, wait a minute, Stefan's still going to be that number one receiver. No ifs, ands, and buts. I mean, he might be 1C or 2A, but Stefan is still going to be the go-to guy. No ifs, ands, and buts about that. But let's face it, the drama queens of the NFL are the receivers. I mean, so why are we even surprised that, because soon as they feel like they feelings get hurt or bruised, I want out, I want in, I'm not getting respected, I'm not getting the ball thrown to me, I'm this type of receiver and I'm all this other stuff. And I mean, let's face it. I mean, receivers right now, they are the drama queens of the NFL, and there's no ifs, ands, and buts of getting around it.
How about that, Andy? How about Baltimore for D-Hop?
All right, Corey.
That definitely would be a great, interesting landing spot. Obviously, they added Odell Beckham in the offseason, but when you think of the Baltimore Ravens, you don't really think of them having a top tier number one that DeAndre Hopkins has proven he has been in his career. And Buffalo would be interesting. I'm not much more sure of the fit. And there was also a report that said that wherever DeAndre Hopkins goes, he would be looking for his fair share of market value when it comes to his next contract, which maybe not necessarily puts a cap of where he can go, but I think it certainly limits possibilities with the top obviously being there was some noise about him potentially going to Kansas City, but who knows? It really depends on where his mind's at and what are his priorities right now.
Does this comment from Tran carry any weight? That Diop always thought Josh Allen was the best QB in the league?
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure some folks in Kansas City wouldn't say that. I mean, let's face it. I mean, hey, that's D-Hop. That's D-Hop out there sort of throwing chum in the water. I mean, that's what he's doing, guys. So that's what he's doing. He's chumming the water.
Excuse me for being silly and petty at the same time, but none of y'all, I'm shocked, absolutely shocked. None of y'all have suggested the Commanders. None of y'all suggested Hopkins going to the Commanders. They have a stellar, shining beacon of a top-tier quarterback in Washington, correct?
And?
There they go.
And your point is what?
No.
Well, AD, are you
Does Josh Harris want to write the check?
Say what?
No.
Say what, Chris?
So you're saying that he is a top-tier quarterback? He's not even a middle-tier quarterback. Let's see.
Really? Oh, okay.
I'm just putting it out there. Willie, you don't agree? You don't think it's possible that he can want to go to the Commanders? No.
No. I'm not even going to entertain that. No.
I'm aghast. Why not? They're on the come up, aren't they?
Come where? They still trying to wipe the stench out from Daniel Snyder, man. This whole ownership group, everybody, there's a disinfecting process if you go into the Commanders, and let's face it, if you don't have to do that, why go there?
Hold up. There it is, right there. There he is. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's my black Superman.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. No, sir. See, I need to talk to you because you all about me get with Udoka. I need to see if you and Mr. Moore want to hook up or something like that because this love right here, I don't know about. What's this?
Ooh.
It's all cap. Look at that, Andy and Will.
Right.
I
see
my black Superman in all caps. There he is.
What's really going on?
Caps. Look at that. What's going on? Look at that. Oh,
she's having fun.
Wow.
She's having fun, man. She's and I appreciate. No, sir, really, I do appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Uh-oh.
All right. Look at that. I like that watch, AD. Look at that. See? Look.
Yeah. My students was trying to wrestle that watch off my wrist the last week of school, especially my seniors, and I was almost having to go like, man, y'all better get out of here and go ahead and graduate.
I'm telling you, AD, you better hurry up, get those AD Max Korner shows going, my man. Get it back up.
Oh, that speaking of AD Max Korner, they'll be coming back. Although this is going. Yeah, I'm giving the Godfather a little bit of time because with Jim Brown passing, and I've been and spoken with him a couple of times this past week and so forth. So I'm allowing Mr. Wooten some time, and because let's face it, him and Jim Brown got so many roles that they don't want up and down that I just my conversation with him, and so I'm just allowing him some time, and I asked him, I said, when you feel like it, I want you to come on. This is going to be strictly about you and Jim and all the roads and the travels they've had. So stay tuned for that one, folks, because that one's going to be, because I remember I done Wooten back in last year when they had the 50th anniversary of the Cleveland Summitt, and he talked about that. So this will be just somewhat, I'm just sort of letting it cathartic and just sort of let John Wooten have his say with about his longtime friend and companion Jim Brown. So it's on the horizon.
All right. It's the accent. Oh, okay. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Country accent.
Country accent. Okay. All right. But
some folks don't believe I'm from Texas.
But yeah, when you, Mr. Wooten, do the interview, look forward to it because correct me if I'm wrong. Is he the last one alive from the Summitt?
No.
Kareem. Okay, who else we got?
Kareem was there.
Cap's still there. That's right. Cap is still there. That's right.
Yeah, Cap is still there, and I want to think Walter Beach is still alive.
Okay.
Willie, you can, but I because somebody had put that out on Twitter, I think last week, and I immediately went like you said that was it. I went like no. I told him that John Wooten is still very much alive.
Yes. Yeah.
And
the person who put that out there was, I can't think of his name right now, but he used to be the PR person for the Hawks.
Oh, is that who that was? Okay.
Arthur Trish.
No, not Arthur Trish. No. Arthur passed away too. But this guy's a brother.
No, Arthur still.
Is he?
Yeah, they're still alive. Yeah.
Okay, because who was it? Because AD replied to the tweet, and I was like, so we'll figure that out. We digress.
Yeah, we died. I'm sorry. Didn't
We're
mean
getting
to
off.
digress.
But when Mr. Wooten joins us, that'll be living history, talking to Mr. Moore, No Sauce #1, person in life, Black Superman.
Walter Beach is still living, 90 years young.
Yeah,
Walter Beach is still living.
I think, Willie, I think of that picture, I think it was Wooten, Walter, and Kareem. I think, and I want to say it might be one more, but but to the best of my knowledge, I know those three are definitely still alive. At least let's put it like this: they were still alive as we now on this program broadcasting.
But yeah, well, another reason why AD Moore is part of the family here, his connections and contacts, and part of history as well. So look forward to that on his channel as well as on the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel. Let's talk Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat Game 6. I'm going to say this first. In the words, to borrow from my man Bomani Jones, there was some lemon booty going on last night down a stretch. Boston was like, oh, I don't know. Oh, we can't make a layup. We can't do this. Oh, my goodness. They were up 10, right? 10, 11 points. And then, they couldn't make a layup.
Yeah.
They didn't know what to do with passing the ball. They couldn't stop anybody. They were reaching in and fouling. Yeah. And I'm just like, what are y'all trying to do? And then top all that off with a challenge call. What the hell? Coach Joe, you didn't even need to challenge that at all. And it cost you 3 points. Almost cost you the game. But Derek White comes in, wasn't boxed out with the putback, 3-3. But anybody go first? Your thoughts on that ending, the last few minutes, because it was bizarre and how Boston was trying to give the game away.
What point? Let me see. The Miami.
Oh.
Well, I mean, Miami was within 0.2 of a second of actually going to the NBA Finals. And let's face it, they'll probably will never get be that close to an NBA Finals, at least not in their current lifetime, than they were last night. Because I thought really, I saw a bunch of guys out there were scared to take shots. And
no question.
It's amazing when we talk about guys who, we can talk about Jordan and all the guys, like I say, hey, they put the ball up there. But I saw guys that I thought that, hey, that they had Freon in their veins, looked like they was turning to jail, because folks looked like they had open shots and they were just passing the ball. It's almost like that ball was like 300 degrees Fahrenheit. And they couldn't hold it. They had to get rid of it.
Andy, what do you say?
I agree with AD on that point. That even before Miami took the 1 point lead, when Boston, I think it was Jason Tatum that got a rebound. He passed it out to Marcus Smart, and Miami fouled Smart, who ended up splitting a pair of free throws. I don't understand why he didn't just hold the ball or use one of your timeouts. And Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown should be the ones that are shooting the free throws late game. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It's survive in advance. And Derek White, for all the jokes about his hairline, comparing him to Stephen A. Smith or whatever else they want to do about Mr. White's hairline, he came in clutch. And something he said after the game, he was in the corner when Marcus Smart took that shot, which rattled in and bounced out, and it bounced perfectly into the hands of White. But credit to White, because he didn't stand in the corner and just became an observer. He crashed the boards, and the ball went right to him, and he made the play. And now Boston has all the advantage. They have all the momentum right now. Game 7, only the 4th team in NBA history to force a Game 7 after falling behind 3-0. And today in the morning, ESPN said that they are the first of those 4 teams to have that Game 7 be on their home floor.
Right.
So it certainly seems like all the momentum is pointing in the direction of the Celtics. All that being said, wouldn't it be the most Celtics, the 22-23 version of the Celtics for them to somehow not advance to the finals. But I don't see it happening. I think Boston's got it secured.
Will, what say you about the last few minutes in Lemon Booty?
Bam Adebayo. I mean, you're the biggest player on the court. The shot goes up, and you go and box out Jaylen Brown at the free throw line, leaving the paint wide open. If he's there, just jump. And that game is over, and Miami's preparing for Denver today. But, I mean, all that being said, I disagree with the viewpoint of Andy because as bad as Miami played last night, they were winning the game with 3 seconds to go. As bad as Jimmy Butler played, as bad as Bam Adebayo played, they were winning with 3 seconds to go with a chance to go to the NBA Finals. They're not going to play that bad tomorrow night. Jimmy Butler is not going to play as bad as he did Saturday on Monday. I think Miami's going to win it. The pressure's on Boston. Miami's the 8th seed. They're not supposed to be here. This was supposed to be a first-round matchup at best because they lost the first playing game to Atlanta for the 7th seed.
Right.
They lost. They were down with 4 minutes to go against the Bulls for the 8th seed. And so now Miami is just rolling. They went up 3-0, yes. Boston won the last 3 games, but the pressure's on Boston. They're at home, Game 7. And the way they celebrated, you thought they made it they advanced to the finals last night. I mean, I get you won the game, but you still got to go home and play Game 7. So I think it's Spoelstra. I haven't even mentioned Eric Spoelstra yet. He's going to develop some type of game plan. We already talked about Joe Mazzulla, and who knows why he challenged that. That game was over. He challenges that. If they can let him shoot the 2 free throws, we're not even talking about this right now. But I think Miami is set up for Miami to win tomorrow in the NBA Finals.
Okay. Corey has that response to your Ohio State lifeline is shot poorly from 3. I think we'll see more zone from Miami because Boston last night down the stretch.
Yeah, Miami went to zone late when they made that rally.
The C's look like, it's a zone. Well, what should we do? What do we do? Let's just stand around the 3-point line and jack up garbage.
On 4 defenders.
Let's not penetrate. Let's not collapse the zone. Let's not do things we're supposed to do. Let's just stand around and take bad shots. Oh my gosh, man. It was, haven't heard yet about Malcolm Brogdon's availability for tomorrow. I think he's probably out. I mean, even if he plays, he can't shoot. I mean, he won't shoot with the injury he has. So it's just Jimmy Butler. He took shots. I mean, he had assists. He did other things well. Shots didn't fall for him last night until the 4th quarter, until he made up his mind to attack the paint, and Boston started hacking on him and fouling him every time he drove to the hoop.
Yeah, well, it was a couple of phantom fouls there though that they got credit for. But this is the NBA, guys, and I'm glad that the referees didn't necessarily swallow their whistles toward about that last 5 minutes of the game. But then on the other hand, I was sitting there looking like, what foul? I was trying to figure out what fouls they were calling because some of them were. I mean, it looked like an action movie, like somebody was throwing. How you stage an action movie? How do you act like you're throwing a punch and not really hitting anybody? So maybe I was looking at a different game, but I thought a couple of those foul calls, particularly but I think all of y'all made a valid point. When the Heat finally started going to the board, then all of a sudden the referee said, well, if you're going to do that, then okay, I'll go ahead and blow the whistle, even though a couple of those were not fouls. So, in my opinion.
That's the thing. More times than not, the referees reward the aggressors. Yeah. You attack the basket. You keep attacking the basket, you'll get fouls called. More likely, you will not get fouls called if you stand around the 3-point line jacking up trash. Okay? So some fans complain about officials they have it in for my team, and yet their team is the one taking 53s and not going into the paint. So look at your team and what they're doing. Al Horford, his fouls were fouls. he reached down. He wouldn't go straight up. He reached down, slapping on Jimmy Butler. The last shot, he had his hand in Jimmy's back, one hand Jimmy's back. Then he reached down and slapped on Jimmy with the other hand. So Al wanted to make sure, I'm following him. So, and my man, I just forgot his name, had a cramp. Help me out here. The youngster, free agent, Andy, Boston free agent. Some fans want him, some Rock fans want to sign him. What's his name? Oh, help me out here. I just lost his name. Oh, Williams.
Oh, Robert Williams?
Grant Williams.
Oh, Grant Williams.
Grant Williams had some fouls last night. And I'm like, bruh, how are you complaining about this? One of them, he was holding one Heat player before the inbounds, then ran into Bam Adebayo, and it was like, you called a foul on me? You made 2 fouls on one play. That's a foul on me, ref? No, ref, that's not a foul on. Come on, son. I mean, those kind of fouls. Like, it's too many guys in the NBA. Jaylen Brown's one of them. A lot of NBA players now. Obvious fouls. Obvious. Ref, how dare you call that foul on me? You slapped down. Obvious slap down. Man got bruised on his arm. I got all ball. Ball like it in the other hand. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just stuff like that. It's just. But what I really want for tomorrow, Game 7, is for it to be competitive. I have no dog in the fight. I don't want it to be a rout after 15 minutes. I want it to be competitive. I love to go down to the last 2 minutes, last minute. Hell, if it's a game-winning shot, that'd be great too. But just be competitive. Because I'm not sure. I'm not convinced which Boston team's going to show up. Boston last night at Game 6 showed us the good Boston and the bad Boston in the same game. So I don't know which one's going to show up at Game 7. And last 5, they got the big lead, the good Boston. And then the last 5 minutes, Bomani Jones, lemon booty. Got to find the audio of that, of Bomani saying it. Lemon booty. They got puckered up tight. And wanted nothing to do with the basketball down the stretch. So we shall see. We'll see what Bam does. We'll see if there's an unknown hero. Duncan Robinson. Two open looks. And missed both of them really bad. They weren't close. They looked me shooting threes. They weren't close. He's in rhythm. Go in, but more times than not. Study long, study wrong. You take too much to think on it. That first one, he had a pump fake and then dribbled. What's the dribble for, man? Let it fly. What are you going to say, Will?
That's what messed him up, that dribble. That's what I'm like, bro, just shoot that thing.
So
it's not about something.
Kyle Lowry. Go ahead.
Do we see Tyler Hero tomorrow night?
That's the thing. His return was supposed to be the finals. Didn't say if it was Game 1 of the finals. Tomorrow is 2 days before the finals start. So will those 2 days make a difference? So we'll see.
It'd be really that'd be a tough ask to insert him after being out for such an extended period of time and throw him into Game 7.
Wow. Wow. What's really going on, man?
What's going on, AD? AD, is this your wife?
No. In my office studio, man, it just so happened that I got the blinds open in the sun.
No, but you sure no salt's not your wife, man?
No. I appreciate that. Hey, man. Hey, you know what? No salt. I appreciate you, sweetheart.
Oh, man. He's blushing, man. Let's talk. All right. Let's go around the screen. I'll go last. AD, you first. Who you got tomorrow? Boston or Miami?
Miami. I got Miami. Boston forgot about they were the Celtics. Then all of a sudden they discovered themselves. They got one game. They got one down. 3-1, 3-2. Last night, 3-3. Just what 0.2 of a second, and they'd have been at home watching their uniforms. I still think that the Heat can come there. Here's the thing about it. This is not the parquet floor, the old parquet floor. This is the new parquet floor. And until I see something different, I'm old school, and I know a lot of folks talking about what the hell is he talking about, the old park, the floor where you could dribble the ball and Danny Ainge would actually pick it up and carry it a couple of steps and then start dribbling again.
all the dead spots on the court and all that kind of stuff.
All of that in the old Boston Garden with that old parquet floor. Now they're playing in the super modern TDC whatever arena where they're playing at T Garden. I mean, so I'm still saying number 8. I think Butler will get rally the troops and bring them in, and they'll have to go face the Nuggets, man.
Andy, who you got?
I got Boston. They've been in these situations a lot of times before. I'm not positive enough to where I can guarantee it, because I absolutely agree that it's just Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde with the Boston Celtics. But I think that they'll pull through. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, one of them's gotta put together one of those strong signature performances that they've been able to do. And for Miami, I think a little bit and credit, they did rally. They were 0.2 seconds away from going to the NBA Finals. But I think we're starting to see over the course of the last 4 games, they're kind of starting to regress to the mean, especially when it comes to the 3-point shooting.
Will, who you got?
Hemi Buckets, Miami. I think the Boston Celtics' best shot at winning the championship is preparing for the 4th pick of the draft right now.
Well, I'll make it 2-2. I'm going with the Boston Celtics, and I'm going one further. It ain't logical. Trust me, it ain't logical. I won't bet on it. But saying all that, I guarantee.
Guarantee.
One more time. One more again.
Guarantee.
So there we go. Celtic fans, if they lose tomorrow, don't come back. See, Kris, if you wasn't a guaranteed, it's your fault. Well,
Well, hey, maybe, hey, that's the case. Then we'll just have FanDuel start sponsoring the show.
Hey!
Talk it into existence, guys.
They want to
Why
cut
not?
that check. There it is,
Thank
FanDuel
you.
right there. They want to put that on there.
Hey, let's go ahead and talk it into existence now.
Get the underwriter going. So yeah, let's
Hey.
do that. AD.
Yes, sir.
Texans OTAs have started, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, they had their first OTAs last Tuesday. And they'll be out, I think it's Wednesday, and I'll be at practice. I'll be at the OTA practice this coming Wednesday.
No salt.
So
AD Moore going to be at Texans practice OTAs on Wednesday. Can fans attend that, Mr. Moore?
No, it cannot. It's media. No, it's strictly media. And
camp out at NRG Stadium and just wait for him to show up.
Yeah, no.
Oh wow.
No, but I'm really looking forward to it. Like I said, I got a chance to go out there when the rookies there, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they have, and it's starting a melding process, and how D'Amico. I'm looking forward to seeing how D'Amico has had a chance to start molding this team. This is being his first head coaching position. It's a lot of things, man, that I'm looking forward. I just want to see how practices ran. I want to see how the interactions of the coaches, this whole new set of coaches that D'Amico has assembled with the players, and now how these rookies are actually blending in with the vets there. Those that have shown up, because like I said, this is optional right now. It's not mandatory for all of them to be there, and everybody's not there. So it's going to be interesting just to gather and just see how this team is starting to show some semblance of a team. Hopefully it's some semblance and not a 3-13 or whatever we've seen for the last couple of years.
Mudbone going chiming in. You got Boston. Well, back to this. Hey, FanDuel, Underdog, one of the others, bettors. Hey, one more time, kgardner@hr.com. Email, make it happen. Underwrite for the whole year. Folks Talkin Sports. That'll work. AD, this is for you too. This ties in. Next giveaway will be a chance to meet AD in person. I had, in case you don't know, I had my first giveaway during a live stream Saturday night during the Let's Talk Houston Rockets show. I gave away, and Andy and AD, Will, you too. It's an easy way to set it up with StreamYard. I use a hashtag keyword for people to enter the drawing, and then StreamYard did a random drawing and picked one of the folks who entered the drawing. And the giveaway was a 30-day free subscription to The Athletic. So have that winner. I sent them the email, so they now got their 30-day free trial of The Athletic, and I'll do that 3 more times. And then maybe around training camp, my giveaway, the next giveaway be in August, a chance to meet and greet the AD Moore, Mr. AD Moore.
Hey, Chris, here's the deal. The fact that 30-day subscription now includes with the addition of Jim Trotter now, who is a national columnist now at the Atlantic. So those who have not had a chance to read Jim Trotter's work, I think those, here's the opportunity. They get a chance to see probably one of the best national writers and a very sound and a classy individual on top of that.
Let's see. This question here. Do we think Coach Udoka will poach, I'll say, one of Boston's assistants after this season? Possible. Go ahead. What are you going to say?
No, I'll wait because I have a question that reminded me of something I wanted to ask a couple weeks ago. But go ahead. I'll wait.
Okay, because Royal Ivey has been reportedly going to join Emi's staff here in the Rockets. Boy, I'm getting up there in age. I saw that man hoop. Woo, boy, he hooped in Texas. But anyway, so we'll see. And there's some reports that Steven Silas and I think Frank Vogel were rumored to join Joe Mazzulla's staff in Boston. So if that happens, those current assistants will be available for jobs. So who knows? Go ahead, Will.
That was what I had. Heard Steven Silas going to Boston. It was something I heard a few weeks ago, and I wanted to ask you guys about that.
What's the question? I'm missing the question here. Oh, I don't know. Have y'all heard anything about this? Who's on Hard Knocks this year?
I Will, you heard? I hadn't heard it yet.
I haven't.
That's a good question because. Oh, go ahead.
Won't it be the Jets?
That's it.
Yeah, has it been?
It's going to be the Jets.
Is it
I think it's going to be the Jets. I believe it's going to be the Jets
for training camp. There's training camp with the Jets because remember the Cardinals were the team, the regular season team. So hey, the Jets might as well be the Jets, good as anybody.
It hasn't been announced yet, but 4 teams are eligible: the Chicago Bears, the New Orleans Saints, the Washington Commanders, Chris, and the New York Jets.
It's got to be the Jets.
It's got to be the Commanders. Got to be the Commanders. New ownership coming in, taking over, giving a chance, put a fresh coat of paint on that trash. Got to be the Commanders. Clearly, don't care about the new quarterback in the Jets. Got to be. Who cares? That's cliche. He's been on TV so much. That's all cliche. It's time for got a new sheriff in town in D.C. It's time. Heck, if they do that, I might renew my subscription. If they do that to the Max or whatever the hell it's called, it's got to be the Commanders. Got to be the Commanders.
It's the Jets, man.
Y'all messing the boat, man. Y'all are just in denial, man. Why are y'all in denial about the love, the rising from the ashes? The Phoenix is about to rise from the ashes. The once proud franchise that was one of the top franchises in all of the NFL has been in hell. For how long? It's been 20 years? However long that man owned the team. Going to rise from the ashes soon, and they're going to start it with being on Hard Knocks.
Yeah, right. And you see them playing in RFK Stadium next year too.
In due time, that's one of the proposals. That is one of the proposals.
You're right. No, you're right, Kris. It is because Daniel Snyder, prior to him selling the team, was trying to get somebody else to go, hook him up with another stadium. And the word was, hell will freeze over before you get another stadium.
Oh, yeah, everybody told him no, but the ownership comes in. Josh Harris, Josh, come talk to us, man. Yeah, we we might help you out here at the stadium. Yeah. But yeah. All right. And no saw. Yes, I stand for all my shows, all my interviews, in honor of my mentor, Mr. Ralph Cooper. Ralph stands for all his shows.
Every last one.
1, 2, 3, 4 hours sometimes. So I can do an hour. I could do 1, 2 hours. Ain't no but a thing. So yeah, I can do that. No worries whatsoever. I'm comfortable with doing this. And hey, I'm happy to say, relieved to say, I went to the doctor, got great test results. My physical's good. I'm healthy. Not bad for a 51-year-old man. So onward and upward. Yes. All right. It's RFK Stadium, not JFK. RFK Stadium. Back in the day,
yeah, it's RFK.
The fans were hopping up and down. You can see the Raptors shaking up and down when they were kicking cowgirl tail. Back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day. Yeah, back
that's
in the
a
day.
long time
way
ago.
Back in the day.
Before Andy was alive. That's a long time ago. Way back in the day. So, yeah. All right. Let's see. I'm waiting for the next comment, how long it'll take No Salt to give some more love to AD, because the love seems to be real, but yes.
Yeah, well,
that's correct. Yeah, I don't look 51. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And in fact, let's see if I can do that. That comment right there deserves a round of applause. I don't think I've asked you about this. The rumors that Colorado is joining the Big 12 soon. Not sure what soon means. Barry Tramel wrote about it last week that a coach told him soon. A person I trust. Corey, get your statement in just a second. A person I trust and who's very connected with the CU told me that the Buffs will join the Big 12. It will happen. Your thoughts on Colorado returning to the Big 12, Willy Gibson?
I'm starting to believe it because Colorado AD Rick George made some comments this past week that kind of lend credence to them. He didn't come out and say it, but if you connect some dots and listen to what he's saying, along with everything else that has been said, probably sooner than later, and closer now than it's ever been, the Colorado will be returning to the Big 12.
You want to put a timetable on it, like a month?
No, I don't, but I believe it's coming.
AD, what about you? What do you say?
Yeah, I think Colorado. I see it. I see it coming back to being the old Colorado Buff when it being part of the Big 8 when they really made Texas their recruiting ground. I mean, that was a pipeline running out of Texas going to Colorado Boulder. There was a pipeline running out of here going over to Oklahoma.
Yep.
Heck, there was a pipeline running out of here, running all over the country with the amount of players that were coming out of Texas, man. But definitely, that was coming out of Colorado here, man. In particular, out of the Houston area, man. Number of players that came out of the greater Houston area that wound up going to Colorado. So, and if Coach Prime got his way, particularly with the Pac-12 getting ready to be being is already Pac-12 done with. As far with UCLA and SC already going to the Big Ten, and if Arizona and say Oregon, and the Oregon Ducks, if they decide to say, I think we're ready to walk, yeah, and I can see them coming fast, quick, and in a hurry.
And this is for you. And then AD, you got another comment for you from your fan, if you can't already see it. What say you, Andy? The Cougs lost. They were eliminated, double elimination Saturday night in the American baseball tournament. I think our colleague at Go Cougs tweeted that this is the 9th of 13 years, Will. 9th out of 13 years, baseball has not reached the NCAA tournament. 9 out of 13 years, no trips to the NCAA tournament. Andy, when will Todd Whiting be fired? Well, fired, not even fired because his contract is up.
Well, real quickly, before I get into that, I wanted to go back to the Colorado comment, and I just wanted to add that if Colorado indeed makes that jump to the Big 12, which heck, we don't know how soon that could be, but say it's relatively soon. Hey, from the Big 10 perspective, they don't have to worry about killing the Pac-12, and they can go after Oregon and Washington with a clear conscience, not having to worry about killing.
It ain't conscience, it's legal. It's not a clear conscience, it's legal. That's they don't want to get any lawyers.
And let me say this.
Forget about UCLA.
The Big Ten is not worried about any of that. Believe me, they're not worried. They're not worried. If they want them, they'll have them.
Yeah, I mean, and Andy on top of that, legal. Look here, $7 billion that Kevin Warren, even though they got to tie up some ends. Willie, I think you were a little bit closer to that situation.
$6.95 billion.
Okay, $7 billion. Come on,
because $50 million got to be paid back. So $40 million, whatever it is.
Okay, whatever. I mean, 50.
So 5 and above, you round up.
Willy Gibson kind of money. That's all it is. Willy Gibson money.
That's the parking fee over that goes at the horseshoe up there in Columbus. That's just the parking fee.
You already know. You already know.
No, but seriously, guys, I mean, Kevin Warren left the Big Ten left the Big Ten in excellent shape. Come on, $7 billion,
Mr. Moore.
What's really going on, man?
I have no idea, guys.
I guess no thought this was not listening or did not want to listen because I referred to your wife, earlier. Is this your wife? AD is married, so I'm just putting that out there. But anyhow,
you digress.
This is correct right here. Could McCarthy recruited? No question.
No, please.
No question. And AD touched on about the Sooners as well back in the 80s and 90s. Hell, Oklahoma used to broadcast a football game on KCOH radio.
Yep.
At 30, I know because there were some Saturdays I had to go to the station to make sure everything worked. Get the game on the station once or twice. So, yeah.
What do you think about these comments, Kris, about Allen Channing? Said he can't stand the Pac-12 commissioner and his dumb comments about Brett Yormark. He should have gone after Kevin Warren.
Clear Bob, he's trying to pick on someone, his own size. So,
hey, leave Kevin Warren alone. He's now the president of football operation for the Chicago Bears. So when let's put it like this: Kevin Warren, he was the executive vice president of Minnesota Vikings. They helped them get that new stadium. He went to the Pac-10, and now and everybody, hammered Kevin Warren, doing COVID and everything else those first couple of years. Everybody thought, oh, hell, look what we got. Let's go. We should have kept Bob Delaney, Big Bob here. All of a sudden now it's going like, Kevin. No, now they kneel at the throne of Kevin Warren with that $7 billion.
Not anymore. Not anymore. No, they don't.
Well,
a lot of them are glad he's gone.
Yeah, they can be glad. They can be glad all they want, Kris. They're not giving that $7 billion back.
Oh no. But my thing is, didn't y'all read the contract? Because some of them were already mad at Kevin Warren because of how he handled the games in the COVID.
Okay.
They all were.
They all were. So they already had him on their it list.
Yep.
So if he's already on your it list, why did you choose to trust him blindly with a new TV deal? You couldn't read it yourself before you signed off on it? And now that he's gone, he's the bad man. Y'all can't read? Y'all don't have lawyers? Y'all don't have attorneys to do this for you? So all that kind of stuff.
The chancellors and the presidents, all those elite schools at Northwestern, I mean, they couldn't read the contract.
So mismute all that kind of stuff there.
Yeah, well,
this is true. It's not just Barry Switzer. A lot of the folks, Big 8, old Southwest Conference, did not want the Cougars to join the Big 12. But now, not now. 30, what is this? 34 days, roughly. The Cougars joined the Big 12. If they only had a head coach who could recruit top-tier talent, then that'd be reason for teams in the Big 12 to worry. But last they had Dana Holgorsen as a head coach who gets kind of middle-tier talent.
He gets good transfers. Real quickly before we kind of segue, I did want to go back to that comment about Todd Whiting and baseball before we went on the tangent. But It's going to be interesting to see what the University of Houston Athletics Administration does because, his contract is set to expire. It's only through the 2023 season, which is now, in all likelihood, probably 99.9% chance that season has ended after Saturday when Houston lost its elimination game against Tulane. 7th seed Tulane. Houston was 2nd seed in the American Athletic Conference tournament. Props to Tulane, by the way, because they went through. They had momentum. They only lost one game in the entire tournament. They also beat East Carolina for the championship earlier today. But
when the 1 seed East Carolina,
correct, the 1 seed East Carolina. So when it pertains to Houston specifically and what they're going to do, it's going to be interesting because Todd Whiting got that extension in 2019, which kind of coincidentally was when Houston hasn't made an NCAA tournament in baseball since the 2018 season. So about the time when Whiting got the extension, the team hasn't been back in the NCAA tournament since. And there have been some pretty brutal seasons since then, especially the 2020 season, which ended up getting cut short. But it did not look like it was going to be a really good season for Houston through the games that they had played before COVID shut everything down. And they haven't really come close to making to the NCAA tournament outside of being able to win the American Athletic Conference championship tournament. Like that's their only, what I mean by that is like that's really been their only pass to the tournament. And you alluded to what Ryan Monceau from GoCougs.com alluded to, or what he mentioned in an article he posted, I believe it was late last night, might have been early today in the morning, but strength of schedule, that has been one of the biggest issues with the baseball team, really not being able to put them in real contention for an at-large bid, especially these past 2 seasons where they've been able to make a run in the conference. And what has really been a struggle for Houston has been pitching, and you got to see it in the conference tournament. Now they've been dealing with injuries this season in particular, but over the course of the last few seasons, it's kind of been a common theme, and specifically when it comes to relief pitching for Houston. It's plagued them, and it plagued them in this tournament. For the most part, Houston was able to overcome it with their offense because a lot of these times, a lot of these games were crazy shootouts, and, and there were a lot of runs throughout the innings. But the ultimate goal should be to be able to get to the NCAA tournament, be able to compete for a national championship, which Houston hasn't been able to do over the course of the last few seasons. So again, all eyes will be on the admin as they choose to bring him back. And the focus going into the Big 12, if they bring Whiting back, I don't know.
Which they shouldn't do.
It'll be hard to be able to get. I think people will be very skeptical about the team's ceiling in the Big 12 because as much as the American Athletic Conference, Houston, for the first time ever, they won every series in conference play during the regular season. The Big 12 is on a different tier because had Tulane not been able to knock off East Carolina, the conference would have been a 1-bid league with East Carolina taking that. Now East Carolina likely gets an at-large bid, and obviously Tulane gets the automatic qualifying bid. So it's going to be stiffer competition in the Big 12 than what Houston has been able to put together over the last few years. It's not going to cut it, and they've really struggled with top-tier opponents over the course of the last few seasons.
These final moments, going to bring it up because you brought it up. Worried about the women's basketball team, talking about UH. Next comment, we need to get Ron out. This is not me. This is not my burner account.
Yeah, Eric Lewis.
Okay, yeah, I'm not E. Lewis. It's not my burner account. Just can't see him to get the ladies doing well. Right here, get Kim Mulkey assistant. Jennifer Roberts won't be the one. She's NIL at LSU. She's not going anywhere. And UH probably cannot. UH cannot afford her salary. Ain't no question in my mind about that one. But they deserve a passionate coach. Houston deserves, Coach Huey is passionate.
He is passionate. He's
a passionate coach. I disagree with you there. But women's hoops, like baseball, not ready for a Big 12. Let me say this.
It's football. Oops, sorry.
And football,
I don't care if they're ready, but they will be ready October 21st.
Not ready to compete for championships in the Big 12. Football, baseball, women's basketball, that's not just my opinion. They're not ready to compete for championships, and that's what the administration has said. We're not just going to the Big 12 just be going to get the money. We're going to compete for championships. Okay, but yes, as Andy stated, UA's football, if they don't win any other game this coming season, Andy Yanez says October 21st. Be there, no salt. Because the Cougars will defeat the Texas Longhorns, and Andy Yanez guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
One more time. No salt. Everybody watch it. Andy Yanez guarantees the Dana Holgorsen-led Houston Cougars football team will beat Steve Sarkisian's football team from the Longhorns from Austin in Houston Saturday, October 21st.
Guaranteed. They playing them? Are they going to play on the campus? Or are they
on
going
campus?
They're not going to. They're not going to NRG.
Hell no. Hell to the no. And let me. No. AD, because you brought it up, you got to get this. Chris Desmond said.
Wow, this is turning into a round real quick.
He was adamant. Ain't no way in hell Longhorn game will be at NRG. No way, no how. So good for him for that. On the record, he said that many times. He said that.
Okay.
And Longhorns, they're leaving, so they ain't got nothing.
Not these skills.
But so I want to put this on the screen because I'm not just gonna make fun of AD, Mr. Moore. No sauce trying to get me and Mfon together. Been working on it ever since I interviewed Fawn a month ago, trying to get me and Fawn together. You know, got out of my business. I think last on Saturday's show, asking about if I've talked to Fawn about, insight on a brother. I'm like, okay, all right, relax now. If I talk to Fawn, that not be about our brother all the time. Come on now. Man, all right. These final few moments. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you very much. Well, thank you, Mudbone, for bringing this up. This was part of the horse trading that the Big Ten is doing. And Michigan State moving the game to Ford Field against Penn State.
Why?
Ford Field holds 10,000 less fans than Michigan State Stadium.
Yep, Stadium.
Why? Because it's part of the new media rights deal.
Black
Friday, NBC.
Oh, okay.
NBC or Peacock, Will? NBC or both?
Yep, both. Actually, funny story you said that. The Notre Dame Ohio State game, September 23rd, 7:30 p.m. at night, will be simulcast both on NBC and Peacock. So they're laying the breadcrumbs for people to find Peacock, because later on down the line, those games will be exclusively on Peacock.
Right. And which gives me to my final point in Folks Talkin Sports. What are you going to say?
No, but isn't that the reason that the presidents and all of a sudden are mad at Kevin Warren now is about the Peacock, about the game that was on Peacock? Yep. But wasn't that all spelled out in the negotiation?
Well, if they would have read the contract, they'd know all this stuff. But about the games being on Peacock and other streaming platforms, and this is the presumed wave of the future for all three of you. So is it a bad thing? Or how bad is it, or how bad will it be for the Pac-12 if Kliavkoff, the only deal he gets is the majority of the football games, because that's all anybody talks about is football, if the majority of the football games are on a streaming platform? If it's inevitable that this is where everybody's going eventually.
Is it really inevitable though?
Yeah, I'm not buying that all the way.
I don't say that's what people are saying.
Yeah, but here's the deal. Okay, all right. Let me just take this quick poll. Andy, how many Prime? How many streaming company platforms do you pay for?
Me personally, I pay for Amazon Prime, and we have Peacock as a part of the Wi-Fi. Because if you have Xfinity, it comes with Peacock.
Oh, okay. Will, how many you pay for?
And ESPN Plus.
2.
Okay,
two.
I pay for 1, and that's Prime. And
Hey, what about me? You didn't ask me.
You the host, man. Come on, chime in.
Wait a minute. Ask me the question. I mean,
okay.
Get your man no salt. Come on, no salt. Just ignore me.
Chris. We know you in the business. We know you in the business of making money. So I know.
I'm trying. I'm gonna plug the merch in a minute.
You got Disney.
I got the Disney bundle.
Right.
Hulu, ESPN Plus, and Disney Plus. All
right.
Affiliate links. Thank you very much. Go to the website. Get that link, sign up for the Disney bundle. Hey, do that. I got Discovery Plus. And this is talking about paid platforms. That's probably it. Yeah, because Peacock is free. I don't have the tier stuff. Watch stuff on Roku, Pluto TV, and the free apps. Of course, the BS3 network. Watch our show, The Lunch Break. That's free. But yeah, paid, the bundle, and Discovery Plus, and that's it. I don't pay for Amazon. Anything else? I don't pay for HBO Max, now Max, but I will if they put the Commanders on Hard Knocks, as they should.
No, they won't.
As they should.
No, the reason I posed that question is the fact that, like, folks got started getting rid of cable. They own went to cable, then they went to satellite. Now folks are finally starting to look at their own streaming services, and they starting to cut back because I'm pretty sure all of us have shared a Netflix account here too. Not saying I'm not
anymore.
Getting to anything. Not anymore. Yeah, you're right.
No, but take care, Trent. Take care. Thank you for your comment.
No, but the thing about it is the fact that folks are actually adjusting their entertainment dollar. That's disposable income, and with the prices, and if they plan on doing that. Unless you got a very sellable product, let's face it, and all y'all can chime in. Thursday night football on Prime sucks. It sucks.
Yep.
This NFL, and the thing about it, and everybody and not even supposed to be flexing games in and it's. I just don't. I mean, the NFL. It's about money because that's the biggest mafia in town, being the NFL, because they the goose that continue to lay the golden egg. But the fact of the matter, they games on Thursday night on Prime have been this past season, even though I think they've given them a better package, a better set of games this year, and they can flex out, I think, weeks 17, 16, 17, if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere in there, they can start flexing out. But the fact of the matter remains, you play on Sundays and then you expect to have an outstanding game from these guys on Thursday night. Not happening. It's just not going to happen, guys. It's not. So that's why I just sort of posed that question, that in the long run, I think streaming services is going to see the same thing happening to cable TV. Folks going to start getting rid of it. That was just my 2 cents.
What do y'all say? I don't want to get rid of it, but I mean, there's so many packages available.
Yeah.
That if you get all of them to watch your teams, your favorite teams, you're paying as much, if not more, than the cable bundle. So, I mean, I still have my stuff, and I haven't got rid of that because most of the stuff that I watch is still on quote unquote linear TV. So we'll see. And ESPN eventually, within the next 2-3 years, is going to move to, what do they call it? On demand or over the top TV, so streaming platform as well. But they're going to keep the linear platform also. So it's going to be a combination. It won't just be, only on streaming to watch ESPN. And that means everything, the big stuff as well. But because what was it? I want to say I saw a tweet that the Yankees games, was it last week or 2 weeks ago, 3 or 4 straight games for a week, the Yankees were on 4 different platforms. So if you want to watch them, you had to pay for 4 different platforms. So it's like whatever baseball platform they part of baseball, and
Apple
then
TV has a deal, and it's Apple TV Plus, where you need to have an Apple TV Plus membership to be able to watch those nationally televised games, and they're exclusive. So whenever those games are on Apple TV Plus, they're not on the regional networks.
so the Yankees were on. I think had a game on Apple TV Plus. They had a game on their own, whatever it is, Yes or SNY, and then they had whatever other two they were on. So you had to pay for three or four different platforms if you're a Yankees fan and want to watch all those games in a week. That was in just 1 week.
Yep.
So, my point was years ago, I'm not that much of a fan. I'll just wait for him to come on this channel I got, and I'm good. So,
Yeah.
But wrapping it up, this has been a lot of fun. AD's number one fan chimed in with some great comments and getting into me and AD's business. But it's all good. But a lot of fun. Thank you very much as always. So first up, Brother Gibson, how can folks find you on social media, sir?
Thank you as always for the opportunity. Had great fun. Find me on social media at Will Gibson 7 on Twitter, as well as Instagram, and Will Knows on Facebook.
No Sauce Black Superman, how can folks find you, sir?
You can find me at AD_More64 on Twitter. You can find me on the AD Max Korner on YouTube. You can find me on the Houston Roundball channel when I'm on both of them. I occupy both of them. Appreciate that to the guys. Also, you can find me on Facebook as well. So, and my son's trying to kick me into Instagram and all the other stuff. But, like I said, I'll still roll around and you rub me on my belly. I'll try a few other new sites.
Don't say that.
Bro, I was like,
no salt. No salt. There you go. No salt. You heard it, no salt. He said it. Andy Yanez. Andy Yanez, how can folks find you, sir?
Yes, sir, Chris. Thank you as always for the opportunity, and people can follow me on Twitter at Yanez_5.
And thank you very much, everybody. This was a great show. A lot of fun, a lot of information. We hope you enjoyed it. We always appreciate you taking time out of your days to join us on Folks Talkin Sports. I am KG. Twitter right there, the HR Review. Folks Talkin Sports is available on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter at Folks Talk Sports right here. It's also available on the audio platforms as well, such as Apple, Spotify, iTunes. And lastly, gentlemen, if you allow me to indulge, because I'm going to do more of this, well, specifically, try to get a Folks Talkin Sports shirt eventually. But right now, we got Houston Roundball Review, and I got show love for the other shows available on the YouTube channel. Houston Roundball Review merch is available. Put it in the comments section there. And I'm going to put it in the banner as well. Good old Andy Yanez had the idea of going with Bonfire to help with Let's Raid Cougs. And I did it as well. Launched. So bonfire.com/store/Houston-Roundball-Review-merch. It's available. Mugs, tote bags, T-shirts, and tank tops. Because it's hot right now.
Sir.
Tank tops, and then later on in the fall, do sweatshirts, fall and winter. Willy Gibson, because we don't get winter in Houston except for like a day or two. But T-shirts and hoodies as well, planned for that. But other stuff lined up. But go to the website. Their link is in the description of this particular episode of Folks Talkin Sports. So to wrap it up, in closing, I am KG Kris Gardner of the Houston Roundball Review. Salute to all of our fans and who commented, No Salt, Jamon, Allen, Corey, Mudbone, everyone. Thank you very much. Tell your friends about the show. Tell your friends about Folks Talkin Sports. We'll see you next Sunday. We got 2-2 in predictions. 2 for Boston, 2 for Miami. I'm the only one guaranteeing it either way. So, Boston fans, if Boston loses, blame it on Charles Barkley, and not me. But thank you very much, everybody. So until next time, we'll see about this Thursday on lunch break. So between noon and 1 Central Time, Mr. Gibson, 1 and 2 p.m. Eastern. For the lunch break this Thursday, watch us there. Also on the Houston Roundball Review on YouTube, but also on Roku on the BS3 Network. Everybody take care. Take care. Peace.